Hello, welcome to Juniper Level Botanic Garden, the home of Plant Delights Nursery. Sometimes a beautiful garden display can be created by combining just a limited number of different plants. This bed has three or four plants I'd love to highlight. Most people know Russian sage. The taxonomists have lumped it with the salvias, so you no longer have to remember Perovskia. It is Perovskia atriplicifolia, but it's now Salvia atriplicifolia, but I think in nurseries are going to still find it under its old name. And this is the cultivar Filigran, good cultivar. It's blooming, for months and months, up until maybe about midsummer or so. One of the Sinningias. Now, Sinningias are in the same family as African violets, and it's largely a tropical family, but this is Sinningia tubiflora. And you see the flora has long tubes, that long floral tube. I wonder what pollinates it in its native habitat. Maybe a moth with a very long proboscis, like the orchid that Darwin proposed must be pollinated by such a moth. Sinningia tubiflora has incredible fragrance, really delightful. Often you smell it, just in passing the bed. Makes a potato-like tuber under the ground. It's in bloom, well, it's early June. It will bloom for several more months at least, and it has this felted green foliage that's nice to touch. And I believe I've seen hummingbirds visit these flowers. Sinningia tubiflora is a spreader. We'll meet other Sinningias sometime that are definitely not spreaders, that are clump formers. But Sinningia tubiflora is a spreader, but you can use it as a matrix in between bigger plants, like a large peony or like the Perovskia. Even though it is a spreader, it more than earns its keep with its beautiful flowers and the absolutely delightful fragrance. This Allium is a modern selection, Pink Planet. Notice we have bumblebees and honeybees and other pollinators enjoying the flowers. Alliums are really good for pollinators. It's in bloom for a long time. This is, the alliums that grace our gardens in the spring are primarily alliums that grow from bulbs and most often are sold as bare root bulbs in the fall. But then there's a wide number of alliums that do not have bulbs but are just fibrous root system like a daylily or a hosta, and this is one of them. Whereas the spring blooming bulbous ones are already dormant by early summer. These have foliage most of the year, can be dug up and divided like you would a daylily, and they're in bloom for a long time. Because they do bloom for a long time, the oldest flower heads, if you're tidy-minded, you can just cut those old stalks off. They also are really good cut flowers. But really easy, well-behaved garden plants, these modern alliums. Millennium is a really good one. Pink Planet's bigger and bolder. I really like both of them. And then Verbena bonariensis, the verbena that Tony calls verbena on a stick. It's, often reaches 4 feet and sometimes even 5 feet tall. Bonariensis means good air, or well, it does, but it's commemorating the city of Buenos Aires. It's another great pollinator plant. It'll be in bloom for months and months and months, and the oldest seed heads start to ripen seeds, and then you'll notice the goldfinches harvesting the seeds from the old seed heads. If the plants get shabby, midsummer or so, just cut them to the ground and they'll soon be back in bloom. Give them 3 to 4 weeks after you cut them down, and then they'll be back in bloom for the rest of the summer. So 4 really nice plants that you could combine in your own garden. This is a full sun location in average soil, well-drained soil. But these are all plants of easy culture. All of them would be hardy in a colder climate than here, where 7B or 8A. I suspect the Sinningia tubiflora might not be winter hardy where the ground freezes, but it's fully winter hardy here. We don't usually get much frost penetration of the soil. Well, thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you again in the garden.